Welcome back to Evolve with Unique. It's your girl, Carolyn. I'm just burning some sage before I get started, cleansing any negative energy. Cleansing your aura. So today I wanted to talk about living in a mental prison, right? Because I feel like everybody gets to a point where they put themselves in a mental prison. How do you do that? By replaying your circumstances in your head over and over and over and over and over again until they begin to exhaust you. And sometimes they can exhaust you so much to the point where it manifests into sickness, or you feel sick, you feel anxious, you feel depressed. And for most of my life, that's how I lived. I didn't know how to deal with problems. If, I got paid and a bill came up that was unexpected and it took out my whole paycheck, and then I was unable to pay rent or unable to pay my cell phone bill or unable to pay credit cards, I would literally have crying spells, feeling sorry for myself. And this went on for many years. If things didn't work out in my favor, I would go into a depression. I would start binge eating. I would, woe is me, throw a pity party. And a lot of us do it, and it's unhealthy. And when I started my self-love, my healing journey, I never realized that that was toxic behavior. I never realized that that behavior was holding me back. And many of us go through life learning toxic behaviors from our parents, or maybe even just people that we've come in contact with over the years. And I have to tell you, when you get to a place of releasing control and understanding that, listen, everybody is doing the best that they can. We all go through problems in our lives. Everyone's either dealing with financial problems, relationship problems, career problems, something. So we have to get to a point where we are able to deal with whatever we have going on in a healthy way so that it doesn't affect us negatively, right? Because there are a lot of people who are struggling because they've decided to put themselves in this mental prison, right? Because everything that we do in life is a choice that we made. And while I've been on this journey, it's still been a struggle, right? Because for 36 years of my life, I'm 37 now. So I started my journey 2 years ago. But for 36 years, I didn't know how to deal with life. And I allowed my life to weigh me down. I allowed my life to self-sabotage a lot of the goals that I had for myself. But not only that, I was focused on the wrong things for most of my life. And sometimes we worry about things that we don't even need to worry about. Sometimes we are so focused on the future and the possibilities of what could possibly happen that we don't appreciate what we have right in front of us, which is today, our present moment. So when you can learn to live in your present moment and appreciate the things that you have now, it'll make it easier for you to release control when things don't work out in your favor. And another thing that you need to start doing is stop setting expectations, especially when it comes to dealing with another person, right? Because the reality is you can control yourself. You can control your thoughts, but you have no power over controlling another person. You have no control over controlling how another person behaves or treats you. So stop setting expectations for people, because a lot of times they're going to disappoint you. I've had friends, that I've known for years ask me if they're still in my life. Even some of my family, I don't really talk to them anymore because I made a decision to disconnect. But that's what life is about. Life is about learning and going through your experiences and learning what works best for you. And today we live in a society where people put other people first, even when it comes to the own detriment of their own health. And it's not the way that we should be living our lives. It's a toxic learned behavior that for some reason society has made you feel like it is acceptable, and it's not. You come first. And the only way for you to start attracting the things you want for yourself, the only way for you to live a happier life and to find peace within, is if you protect yourself, if you protect your energy, and if you learn to release from things, learn to release control. Because you are not going to be able to control things that happen in your life. You're not going to be able to control your day to day. And a lot of us try to do that. Sometimes we even go as far as manipulating people to get the things that we want. But let me ask you something. How did that work out in your favor? Are you happy? Or are you stressed out? Are you miserable? Sometimes we hold on to relationships and we do everything in our power to manipulate this person to stay with us, only to waste 2-3 years being with this person and realize that you're miserable. So, are you living in a mental prison? And how do you get out of it? And then the question is, do you want to get out of it? Do you want to feel happier? Do you want to have a life of peace? Because if you do, then it's time to start sowing into yourself. It's really time to start working on yourself and releasing things that no longer serve you. And sometimes you really have to get honest with yourself. And I had to do that. I had to really think about the people that were in my life that were weighing me down mentally and spiritually. I had to think about, what I was doing to add to the stress of my life. Was I, when things came up that were out of my control, was I adding more to it by stressing over it, by throwing a pity party, by replaying the event over and over and over again, or by, negative self-talk? Or was I doing things that were going to help the situation? Writing in my journal about how I'm feeling, going for walks, meditating, quieting my mind, finding ways to ground myself. And then telling myself, and sometimes I have to talk to myself. I have to say, Carolyn, listen, it's okay. You don't have to be perfect. Carolyn, it's okay. It's out of your control. Everything is going to be fine. Carolyn, you're going to be okay. Sometimes we have to talk to ourselves and let us know that things are going to be fine. You're doing the best that you can. Stop being so hard on yourself and release control so you can allow yourself to get out of this mental prison that you're keeping yourself in, because it's not helping you. It's not helping you your future. It's not helping you attract the things that you want for yourself. It's allowing you to stay in a negative place. So, take the time to work on yourself. Take the time to sow into yourself. And allow yourself to escape this mental prison that you've put yourself in. I hope this message helps. If you like my message, click that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Evolve with Unique. If you need help on your journey, go to my website, www.evolvewithunique.com. Stay blessed and good luck on your journey.